Hello and welcome. Today we've got 4 batteries and I have them numbered 5, 6, 7, 8 as you can see. And this is because these featured in a recent video going through 8 batteries to see what was wrong with them, 8 of these M18. So I'm going to use this video to wrap up the repair series, because we're going to go through these quickly and fix them, or in some cases I'm going to show you maybe not fix them because maybe they're not worth fixing in my opinion. So we'll get cracking with battery 5. So battery 5, of the screws out of it, I'm going to open it to show you, is not a good battery. She's not in good health. So we'll pull it out to see, and we'll do a voltage check. If you did watch the previous video, you might remember, you might not. This one was particularly bad because there was only one good bank of cells out of the full 5 banks. That's good. I mean, that's a bad bank, real bad bank. That in there has a fraction of a voltage in it, which is suboptimal to say the least. That one has a fraction of a voltage in it. That is the one readable bank of cells that is actually showing something reasonable, and there's a wee fraction in that one. So the only solution for that one would be a full rebuild, and to be quite honest, I would need to charge about 50 quid to rebuild that, and that's rebuilding it on the cheap. So we may have to park that one. I have to say sorry, but no. So moving on to battery 6, we'll get the screws out of that and get the lid off here. With the lid off battery 6, we'll just do a voltage check from the top. And the cells, there's 2.78, that's sort of recoverable, but not optimal. Sort of recoverable, not optimal. Sort of recoverable, not optimal. There's a detachment there too. There's one bad bank of cells, and that one. We'll get it out of the pack to see. There's one bad bank, real bad. There's a bad bank and 8 low cells. The thing is, this one has been rebuilt before. I'll show you. I'll get it out of the pack. With this out of the pack, we can see somebody's been here before. It's well enough connected in a way. They've used a whole lot of solder in the board, like that. It's all running down. That was not necessary. They used a whole lot of solder there. I don't know why they've done that. Why they've let so much solder down through. But anyway, these are rebuilt with what kind of cells, I don't know. I just don't know. So for that reason, I'm not going to spend 2 years taking that apart and rebuilding it, and the cells, the amount of cells that I'll need to do that would probably make it unfeasible. I'll need 15 cells. I'll probably need to do a full rebuild in that, even though some of the cells are recoverable because it's been rebuilt by a company. No disrespect to that company, however, if it had been original and there had been like Samsung 30Qs, I could have got a couple of Samsung 30Qs and stuck them on, but could have got 3 of them and recovered the rest. So as a result, I'm not going to fix that one either. Moving on to battery 7, that's also a 9 amp like the one that we've previously observed here, but it is recoverable, and I'll show you why now. Right, with the screws out of the bottom, I can see from my notes that I left and we'll be able to see in reality when I pull off this lid that the fusible link is broke. You see that link there, and you can also see that this one has been rebuilt by the same company as number 6. However, I did a voltage check on this on the triage video or diagnosis video, and it showed that the cells were all okay. It's just this link is broke. So we'll give that a bash. We'll just connect that together. We'll not just solder together. We'll just put a wee bit of strip across, so maybe over here, so it'll break if anything goes wrong. You can see the rebuild. Somebody soldered that. These come spot welded as factory standard. They still has used a lot of solder on the board there. Hell of a lot of solder used there. You never get a Milwaukee board soldered onto the pack like that, except when someone does a rebuild. I do it myself, but that just shows that it isn't original. So we'll get down to the business of fixing this now, which shouldn't be too bad. This roll of nickel strip, and I'll cut a little bit off and solder it across there like that. With that DIY job done, we'll just have to stick it together, put it in the charger, and see if it goes. And that's charging, so we'll just leave that to charge up and we can come back to it at the end of the video. So last but not least, this 12 amp is battery number 8. Also a Lupo repair job. I think I found the fault in this fairly easily. It's a disconnect in the PCB board, so we'll open it to show you what I mean. So with the lid off the top of this battery, you can clearly see that there's a disconnect on the board. It was tucked under there, but I pulled it out, you know. It's not connecting. Lupo have done a bit of a job on this one. You can see that it is a rebuild. But there's a whole heap of solder in that. That is a shocking amount of solder just to connect a battery connection like that. Also, I'm afraid that he might have overheated the board. He might not have. Might get away with it. If he has overheated the board, we'll have to put on a new board. But we'll see. We'll just attempt to fix it. We'll attempt to reattach here. Yeah. We'll have to get some of that solder off first of all, because it's such a build-up. that was a rough kind of a solution, but anyway, we'll get the top back on her and we'll put her together, put her in the charger. Right, all back together. We'll just put it in the charger and see if it goes. And we have the all important charging light. So again, we'll have to wait. We'll have to come back to that. Here we are, the 9 amp from earlier, battery number 7 is fully charged and showing an optimal voltage. That's the maximum you could expect from it, 20.2, so that's perfect. That fix went perfectly, that we just connection repair. Just in case we're in any doubt. Right, we're coming up nicely now. We've got 4 bars on this one. So we'll just have to wait till the light goes green and then we'll do a test. So here we are. We've got a green light. So it's time to take it off and see what's happening. .20 volts, so that's near enough. Optimal voltage. I'm more than happy with that. To make sure, we're going to stick it on a machine just to finish the job, to show everything is good. So here we have the 8 batteries that featured in the original diagnosis video, and some of them featured in the previous videos. So of the 8, we only have 2 that we couldn't fix. We fixed 6 out of the 8. So we have a 75% result, which I would take any day of the week. So if you liked that video, please give it a thumbs up and check out my channel for all my other videos.